Assalamu alaikum friends, how are you? There is a very interesting development, and that development is that the PTI want to start a prison fill movement. They want the prisons to be filled by whom? By their own people. Who are these people of theirs? People of PTI. And why the PTI want to do that? It is really important and really interesting because there are so many cases against PTI leadership, and they have been visiting prisons, though for few days only. They have been kept under the arrest for few days only, like Azam Sawati, like Shahbaz Gill, Sheikh Rashid Ahmed, though he have another party, but still he is deeply attached with the PTI at the moment. Then there was arrest of Fawad Chaudhry, and also there is a possible arrest of PTI chairman Imran Khan Niazi. So, keeping in view all of these arrests, plus there are certain and several other arrests expected as well, and because obviously it frightens them, although they have been in the prison or at arrest, they have been under arrest for few days only and not for a longer period of time, but still they are very much upset, very much unhappy. Now look upon them, those who were kept in the prison, PMLN people, Shahbaz Sharif, Hamza Shahbaz Sharif, Maryam Nawaz, Asif Khaja Asif, Ahsan Iqbal, and Rana Sanaullah, Saad Rafiq, almost all the people have been in the prison, and not for the few days only, not even for the few weeks only, rather for months and months and for years as well. But now these people, they have just, you know, they have just experienced the arrest and the prison, and they are very much upset. They are in the deep trouble. Now they have devised a way that, if at all, to frighten the government, to frighten the government, they people have decided to fill the prison, and they are of the view that we will fill these prisons with our workers, with our workers. And as for the leaders are concerned, the leaders will only be arrested. The second tier leadership of the PTI and the PTI chairman itself, the top leader of the party, they don't want them to be arrested. They don't want the PTI chairman to be arrested. They don't want the PTI second tier leadership to be arrested, and to frighten the government and to somehow pressurize the government, the people have decided to offer the arrest of the workers. And earlier, the workers were used for the sake of rallying, for the sake of dharnas, and for the sake of the long marches. But probably this is not going to work anymore at all, because as for the previous long march was concerned, that was quite a failure, and because of this failure, they didn't enter the capital city Islamabad, and they didn't do a kind of dharna, and they didn't try to do what they were doing earlier. And why? Because their workers were not that much interested in that. So now I think that instead of holding the long marches, they have decided to go for the arrest. As for the comparison between the arrest and the long marches are concerned, the long marches, you need thousands and thousands of people from every city and from every town. But as far this thing is concerned, as for the arrests are concerned, only few dozens are needed from every city and from every small district like that, like and a few hundred from the bigger cities. So that is what they are trying to do. And will it work? I am not sure. But one thing is there, and that one thing is that the PTI leadership, the second and the first year leadership, they are deeply frightened. They are very much upset, and for that reason, Chairman PTI, there are certain cases against the PTI chairman. One case is the foreign funding cases, and that according to that foreign funding case, the people and the companies who are against the state of Pakistan, they have invested money into their fund, and that where those funds were used, that's another big question as well. Plus, there's the Tarian White case against the PTI chairman, that if she is your daughter, so why you don't declare her amongst your offspring? And if he is not your daughter, say it openly that he don't belong to me and I have nothing to do with her. And still there is certain other cases against Mr. I.K. Niazi himself in the court. So I think that they are deeply frightened because of these arrests, and they want to avoid it at all cost. And this is a ploy. This is a ploy, and they want to whatever they want to do, but maybe they will not be able to succeed. And the cases against Chairman PTI and the cases against certain other leaders of the PTI, that will proceed further. Law will take its own course. Although they have been given lots and lots of concessions as well, but still, maybe the case will keep lingering on, and thing like this one. One thing is there, PTI chairman and its leader, second tier leadership, they are they are deeply disturbed because of these interests, with the fear of these interests.